Anne Heche died on 12th August, a week after she was critically injured in a car crash. She suffered severe anoxic brain injury and remained in a coma in critical condition after the incident on the 5th of August. Messages of consolation and love for Heche poured in from all over the world, but her ex-girlfriend Ellen DeGeneres gave a rather cold response about her accident. And in this video, we're talking about exactly that. Let's get started. First up, Ellen talks about Heche's accident. A few days after Anne's horror car crash, a reporter asked Ellen if she had spoken to her former partner since the incident, and she replied that she hadn't, and they weren't in touch, so she wouldn't know. Then she was asked if he wanted to send some well wishes to Anne. The talk show host simply said, "Sure," and walked away to her convertible. She said she didn't want anyone to be hurt. That's not super nice if you ask us. When the reporter said that it was a dangerous accident, Ellen replied with, "Sure was," and got in her vehicle. Now, fans didn't react too well to this video. Of course, people on the internet did not like her response. Many pointed out that she was being so cold towards somebody she once loved and was very important to her. One fan tweeted that she could have shown some respect as Anne was literally on life support. Another posted it was very classless, unfair, and mean of her to respond like that. One user said that it was super easy to be kind and human, which Ellen just wasn't. Although some fans pointed out that the paparazzi shouldn't be following her around and asking her about a relationship that ended over 20 years ago, and we understand both sides. Now, it's obviously super uncomfortable when the media won't leave you alone and keep pestering you about something you maybe just don't want to talk about. But also, if someone was so close to you once upon a time, you could give a nicer response instead of sounding like you couldn't care less if they lived or not. Like, this came off just a bit heartless. We're not saying that she should have given a long speech or something, but showing some compassion was the least she could have done. And hey, it's just basic decency. Up next, what happened to Heche? Anne crashed her Mini Cooper into a home in Los Angeles, which left her with major injuries. The LAPD confirmed that the incident was being investigated as a felony. It was suspected that the actress was driving under the influence of drugs when the collision occurred. A police spokesperson said that the preliminary blood tests had shown the presence of drugs in Anne's system, but added that additional testing was required. Hours after the incident, her family confirmed that she was being kept on life support to see if any of her organs were viable to donate, but she was not expected to survive. Anne had been widely praised for speaking up about her mental health issues. She had repeatedly opened up about her traumatic upbringing and her abusive father. The actress had also spoken about her issues with drugs and alcohol, which she turned toward to escape her trauma and abuse. Our heart goes out to her and her loved ones. Moving on, DeGeneres and Heche's relationship. Ellen and Anne started dating in 1997 when both were at career pinnacles. The actress had a string of hit films that year: Volcano, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Wag the Dog, while her partner's sitcom Ellen was at the height of its popularity. Quickly into their relationship, the two moved in together. 2 years later, the two told the media that they would get married if the Vermont Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage. Anne said that nobody was keeping their fingers crossed more than them. Their thing was monumental. It was unheard of for two women to be together in Hollywood. But the couple split in 2000, and it was a bad breakup. Ellen was found saying that Anne had used her and she never really loved her. She also called it the biggest heartbreak of her life. Hours after their separation, Anne had shown up at a random house in Los Angeles under the influence of ecstasy, where she asked to take a shower and watch a movie. After the police showed up, she was admitted into a psychiatric ward. The two were considered champions for lesbian relationships in the United States, and it's sad to see that this monumental relationship ended on such bad terms. Now, Ellen tweets about Heche's passing. Upon hearing the news of Anne's passing, Ellen tweeted out her condolences. "This is a sad day. I'm sending Anne's children, family, and friends all of my love." One fan replied that this was much better than her response to the car crash. Fans were super glad that the talk show host had released a kinder statement instead of saying something bitter or not saying anything at all. Anne Heche was an icon in the industry. It's truly devastating that she never had the life she deserved because people around her had been so terrible to her and she had struggled so much in her life. We're glad to see that she had found a loving support system in the last couple of decades of her life, and we're sure everybody is going to miss her dearly. And finally, people react to Heche's passing. As soon as the news came out, friends and family expressed their condolences. Robert De Niro said that he was very sad to hear about her tragic passing, and he'd enjoyed working with her tremendously on Wag the Dog. James Gunn tweeted that the best acting performance he had ever seen in his life was Anne Heche in Proof on Broadway. James Tupper, her former partner and father of one of her kids, posted a photo of the actress and captioned it, "Love you forever." Carrie Ann Inaba shared a tribute on her social media and said that Heche's personal story had reached into her heart and squeezed it. She said that every time the actress came out onto the stage of Dancing with the Stars, there was a sense of complete joy and celebration of life. Alicia Silverstone posted on Instagram that Anne was her favorite actress she had ever worked with, and she was always a present, alive, sharp, and compassionate scene partner. She said she loved her and she was going to miss her very much. It's clear how much she impacted the lives of those around her. She'll be terribly missed. Rest in peace, Anne Heche. We hope you find eternal peace. Now, Let's move on to some other related news. First up, Blake Lively kickstarts her birthday celebrations. Blake shared pictures of her weekend trip to the happiest place on earth. The actress, who turns 34 later this month, posed for selfies with her half-sister Robin in front of the Sleeping Beauty castle, and then she did her best to outpose Princess Jasmine. She also posed for pics with Jessie from Toy Story and enjoyed a Winnie the Pooh-themed treat. Of course, she got the Mickey Mouse baseball cap too. What's a trip to Disneyland without that? She captioned her post, "Find me a happier place on earth to start my birthday celebrations early." I'll wait. We can't. Blake, that sounds like a dream day. Moving on, Jennifer Lopez spends time with her stepdaughter. J-Lo spent some one-on-one time with her new stepdaughter, Violet Affleck. She flew her newly blended family to New York City for her husband's birthday, and fans were delighted to see that everybody was getting along so well. The newlywed couple has been traveling a lot since they got married a few weeks ago, so it's nice to see that they're getting some family time around Ben's birthday. One fan tweeted that she was sleeping peacefully at night knowing that Bennifer was happily married and their kids loved them. We gotta admit that after all these years, it's super adorable to see them all together, and we couldn't be happier for the iconic couple. Lastly, Maya Hawke talks about working with her parents. Maya is one of the most talked about actresses in the world right now. It's not hard to understand how she's so talented when her parents are literally Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. Talk about being blessed with awesome genetics. She's also already worked with both of them in her career, and she opened up about what it's like to work with two of Hollywood's biggest stars. Of course, she said that she loved working with both of them, but the two had very different styles. She said it was really fun to see her parents in a professional setting. Well, we can imagine it must have been a dream. She worked with her dad on an episode of The Good Lord Bird, and they're set to star in the new coming-of-age film Revolver. And she's working with her mom on the upcoming film The Kill Room. And we hope these collabs keep coming because we simply love to see them. That's a wrap for this video. Did you think Ellen's response to Heche's car crash was cold? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.